The theme today is walk this way. Welcome. I want you to simply be able to be here for this time that we have together. This is a space to feel, to reflect, to imagine, to listen. Listen to what is real for you now and listen to what is calling you forward into this next chapter that we are all co-creating together. And so as we are settling in here, let's take a few deep breaths together. Let's take another one. And really get into the core of your belly. See if you can inhale and fill up all the way and feel it all the way into the belly. This is where often I feel tension. It's down here. And so as we breathe in deeply and we exhale, allow that breath to steady you. Allow that breath to remind you, I am here. I am safe in this moment. And I'm here for a reason. I feel that so deeply, so fully. It's just what is around us right now. I'm in America, and there's a lot of feelings. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot. And so I just want to name that. I'm going to say it out loud. Things are feeling very unstable, very tense, very heavy, very disorienting. And so I don't know exactly how we're going to move through this, but I know that each one of us has been called to do our part. I also know that so many of us are carrying more than we are naming, and this is an invitation for you right now to let go of some of what you are carrying. Simply let it go. Just let it go. Put it down for this moment. You don't need to carry anything more. We're going to put it down, even if it's temporarily, and let yourself receive. There is certainly impact on our nervous system, all the noise, all of the news that's coming at us, a lot of it just horrible, heartbreaking. And you might feel that you are constantly needing to look out, be super vigilant. There is so much fatigue. I don't know how you're sleeping right now, but my sleep has not been great. It's been disrupted. It has been not really restorative because so much of what we're experiencing is this collective grief. It's a collective anger. And there is this exhaustion that comes with that. And so I simply want to name that. I want to acknowledge that. I want to acknowledge you. And I want to also normalize this feeling that we have, this longing that we have for connection, for remembering who we are and why we are here, and that we can experience peace in this world. We can experience love in this world. This is something that we know to be true. We know it. We have felt it. We've experienced it before, and we will experience it again for sure. And you have a part to play here. I have a part to play here. One of the parts I play is that I gather community together. We have real conversations. We tell the truth. That's a lot of what my work is about, is coming together. We tell the truth. We support each other. We see each other, and we help each other rise up. So if you are wanting to step outside of this swirl for a bit and really ask yourself, what is it that is calling to you now? Then this call is really for you. One of the purposes of this call is I will tell you about an incredible experience I will be leading this year that I will invite you to. But what we're going to do before we get into the crux of that is really meeting this moment together and knowing that this moment is asking something of you, not so that you can feel extra pressure to be something that you're not, but to give you that reminder that you have been called here for a particular reason. And when we have been called here as leaders, which I know that you have, then that leadership and who you are as a leader is what is being asked of you. Absolutely. This is your invitation to decide how you're meeting this moment and how you are choosing to take care of people and take care of yourself. We cannot take care of others if we don't take care of ourselves. And so when we make smart choices, when we make compassionate choices towards ourselves, we're able to do that for others as well. So here we are in this interesting time. And this season is again calling something forward in you. This is about being discerning about where you put your energy and where you put your time and what you respond to, and not to be in this constant reactive mode, because that constant reactive mode will not serve you. All right. This is about trusting that something else is here for you. And when we can be present and show up for what's up, when we can choose courage over comfort, that's when we make the change here that we are meant to make. And I saw someone say something super profound, which is that you can't have courage, you can't spell courage without the word rage. And I'm curious if you have been feeling rage. I feel like I was taught growing up that rage was not very ladylike. It was not something, that we would do. We wouldn't have this rage. And I have since learned that rage is absolutely a part of who we are as humans. And when we feel that rage, then we know that this is the call for us to be courageous, to step into our courage and know that it's not going to feel comfortable as we do the work that we're here to do, as you put your words out there, as you take these actions, as you make your art, as you lead your people, as you decide that you're going to go this way instead of that. That is about you choosing courage over comfort. And often at the root of this is rage. And so I want to encourage you all to tap into whatever you're feeling in this moment, because these feelings are helping to guide us forward, and these feelings are helping you to stay in your humanity. Stay in your humanity. That is what is being asked of us. Can we remain human? And something that I've really been playing with is this whole concept of walking, taking the next right step, taking the next right step. We can get very overwhelmed when we think about all the entire journey. You're like, oh my gosh, how will I ever get there? How will I ever get there? But so much of life is simply taking the next right step. I want you to think in your life, like, when have you done that? Taking the next right step. That's really what's being asked of you. Simply take the next right step. So to kick things off, and before we meet this incredible woman I've invited to join for this call today, I wanted to give you a moment to answer a few questions. At the core of my work is really guiding you to go inward. It's when we go inward that we see. We see what is just underneath the surface. And so I'm going to ask you a few questions. And I'm going to give you just a few moments to find your answer. Okay. The first question is, how do you want to be shaped by this era and not hardened by it? Just allow the answer to come. How do you want to be shaped by this era? Because we are certainly in an era. This is an era. How do you want to be shaped by it and not hardened by it? I want to write down a few notes, write down a few notes. The next question I'll ask you is this. What part do you play? What part do you play? Everyone plays a different part. We don't all have the same role. If you look at a movie, I'm very into movies. I've been watching some incredible films recently. They don't all have the same part. What part do you play? And why is that part important? And then finally, where are you being invited to walk forward? Where are you being invited to walk forward? Think about areas of your life, your work, your relationships. Where are you being invited to walk forward instead of staying in the same spot? Beautiful work. It really, if you need some more time with that, you can always go back and tune in again. But this is the opportunity for you to ask yourself some of those questions and sit with your answers and let your answers guide the next right step. So, what I come back to over and over and over again, and those of you who've worked with me before, you know this, and if not, you're about to know it, is when I am clear on what makes me feel most alive, where I feel most vibrant, where I feel most in tune with who I truly am, that is where I can make the biggest impact here on the planet. Right there. It's not when I feel dead. It's not when I feel just sluggish, when I can't get out of bed, when I just don't have any energy for anything or anyone. And trust me, these times that we're in right now, it's easy to go there. I'm not saying that you can never go there, but don't stay there. Don't stay there. This life is too short for that. And we have something that we're meant to do. You have an impact that you're meant to make, and you have experiences that you're meant to have. And for me, when I have sat with this question, I know my answer. At the top of my list, travel, seeing new places, exploring new lands, movement, moving my body in incredible ways that challenges me and reminds me of just how strong I am and how grateful I am for that. And then deep connection with incredible people, deep connection where we just go there. And not just with other people, but also with myself. Way up on that list. And so what I decided to do actually a long time ago, because I've been leading retreats for many, many, many years, is to bring that into a container, an experience, and offer it to you. To say, hey, this is what's happening. I created this. Do you want to come? And I've led retreats all over the world. For many, many years, it was mostly me going to Costa Rica and Mexico. I found incredible retreat centers there, and I just adored them. And I would go back, and it was just, and then it was last year where I said it's time to do something different, and I'm ready to see more of the world. I created a goal for myself to get to at least 40 countries in my lifetime. And I'm happy to report I'm now at 32. And I said, well, what if I put that together in this new format of what I believe would be incredible for my community, for these amazing, bold women? And I created something. It was absolutely transformative because travel is transformative. It can be when done right. And traveling with a group of bright, bold women multiplies that transformative quality. It just takes you to a whole nother stratosphere. When you journey with women who are thoughtful, curious, adventurous, willing to be real, something shifts in you. retreats are a force field, they're a magnifier. What happens at these retreats are conversations that you don't have at home in this way. They're mirrors you didn't know you needed, and they're permission to expand. And the way I've created what I've created, they are cultural immersions that help you better see your place here in the world. And that is an important thing to know because you're then better able to do what you came here to do. I met a woman, her name is Faith Sterling, and we met by way of yoga. And we hit it off in our yoga studio. And with Faith learned that I was leading a retreat to Iceland last year. She said, I'm in. In fact, she was the first person to sign up. And here's us. Here's our group in Iceland, just so you can kind of get the feel for the energy. This was an incredible sunrise experience that we had. It was just beyond. I knew it would be amazing, but gosh, it blew me away. The whole experience, beginning to end. And what we've learned since is that it doesn't ever really end. The magic keeps going. And so I invited Faith to come here today to talk with us because she knows what it's like to experience something like this. And she knows so much how awesome it is that she decided that she was in when I told her what I had in store for this upcoming Portugal Camino Retreat, which I'll tell you more about in a bit. But first, I want to bring Faith on and we're going to have a nice chat. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go back in time and talk about Iceland. What originally called you to the Iceland retreat, Faith?
What originally called me was to really have an adventure because that's what I'm looking for right now is to have adventures, but adventures that are really cultivated. So I mean, once those criteria were met, the fact that just learning that everything was going to be really taken care of and the itinerary was going to be set, and I didn't really have to do anything other than bring appropriate clothing and arrive. That was really it.
Well said. Yeah, and thank you for bringing that point up. That's another piece that I was so excited to take care of on this that retreat and this upcoming one to Portugal because so many women like we take care of all the things. We're taking care of it. And if you go on a vacation, often you're the one handling all the logistics, all the details. I simply wanted you all to be able to just show up and have the rest taken care of for you because you need it. You deserve it. We are caring enough. And we had the most amazing time. Let's talk about how that experience in Iceland impacted you during the retreat and then since you've returned home, because I know amazing things have occurred for you.
So it's hard to encapsulate all of this in such a brief period of time because there has just been so much learning from so much courage developed personally from that experience, so much connection, so much freedom. You know, you talk about taking the right step, so much confidence now in moving forward. So I was presented with an interesting health challenge before going on the trip. It has to do with women's health and hormones and I didn't really know what was going on at the time of the trip. But the trip gave me an opportunity to kind of step away from that but also bring it to the group. It was really in its infancy at that point in time. And the ability and the freedom to be able to do that and knowing these other women were so supportive and were really listening to me was really instrumental in me developing confidence and courage to continue on this journey. You spoke about how do you want to be shaped by this era, Jenny? And, you know, there's so much going on right now. And what I've learned since the trip is that women's health really needs attention, really, really needs attention. I'm a boomer, so I'm older. I it missed the boat for my generation in a large respect, but for younger women, it's really important to pay attention to what's going on and to learn how to advocate for yourself. The way I'm speaking to you now is not where I was when I was in Iceland. This was formulating then, and there was some kind of energy behind it, and I brought it up to the group. And then, in just having that opportunity to bring it forward, it just like opened things up for me. You're going to do all the things, you're going to be
Yes.
all the things, you're going to experience all the things, you're going to do the food and the hiking, and all of that was amazing. And that just gave me a different experience, and it gave me space to let this other thing kind of become more fertile, if if that makes sense.
Yes. No, it's true. And again, you bring up a great point, and this is not just like a trip we're taking. There are these thoughtful conversations that we have, elevated conversations where I bring a question forward, just like I did on this call, as I think about this, and then we talk about it. And when you're out of your everyday, you're out of your house, you're out wherever it is you work, you go someplace else, you open up space to have new realizations or to go deeper into this is the thing. And I remember when you had that breakthrough, and it was so powerful and just so beautiful. And that's really what I hold the space for you all to experience. When you had that moment, it was that time when I go, this is why I created this kind of a retreat. And I know since you've been home, you've been continuing to ride on that wave and do great work. And yes, women's health needs to be talked about and there needs to be focus. And the way that we've designed, certainly the Iceland retreat, and now with Portugal, what we're doing is that our health and wellness is at the center. We're not just sitting in a room talking about things. We are moving. We are being active. We are eating wonderful, nourishing food. We're having conversations with people who see us and witness us and celebrate us. And all of that makes us better, makes us healthier. And so, congratulations for everything that has happened for you, Faith. When I told you about Portugal and we're going to be walking the Camino and all the things, what made you want to say yes to this?
I don't have a lot of places out of the ordinary on my bucket list for my personal travel, and the Camino is definitely one of them. And I didn't think it was something my husband would really appreciate the way that I would appreciate it. So I have wanted to do the Camino for a long time. And so the fact that you were doing it and knowing you, Jenny, that everything is really going to be just planned. And, but what also I want to say is that things happen when you travel. And, unexpected things happen, or you can change the course of a day. It's a small enough group where we were able to do that. And I could see how just having the flexibility to do that would lend itself to this particular trip as well.
Yes, absolutely. And as you say that, I was remembering how much fun we had at the grocery store in Iceland.
Yeah, I
Remember
mean, that
that?
was
And
amazing.
that was so awesome. Wait, that was not on the itinerary. It just happened. And we had such incredible time because, again, it's the cultural piece of that where you see locals and how they shop and what their products are and what the prices are. And you just get a feel for what it would be like to live there and who the people are. And yes, to your point, the plan is there's a structure there, but the vibe is also when we need to make a shift, we will, because we're going to meet the moment and we're going to show up for what's up. And we absolutely can do that because we do intentionally keep our groups small and intimate because we can move, we can be more nimble in that way. And we also can connect with each other so deeply when you're not trying to have such a large crowd. And so that is an intentional decision that we make. Faith, final question for you today. What would you say to a woman who is considering coming? I've got this incredible Portugal Camino retreat opportunity. It's this October, but she's never really done something like this before. She's only traveled with people that she knows or with her partner or her family. And this is definitely feeling out of her comfort zone, but there's something about it that's calling her forward.
I would say that the one regret I have is that I didn't do this sooner.
Mm.
And I think it would have just added to my personal health and vitality to be able to step away from work and to be able to, just, get away from that for a while and have this kind of an experience. So it's really life changing. And just getting on the plane, as you're beginning this adventure is life changing. For me, I just loved every bit of it and I want to do more of it.
Mm. And you are, and I am so thrilled that you're coming to Portugal. When you were like, I'm in, I just felt so excited. That joy was coursing through me, and I'm so looking forward to being with you there and being with the other women who join us. Faith, thank you again, and know that we're going to have the best people with us on this adventure. And I'm going to take some time now to tell you more about how you can join Faith and I and all these incredible women as we do this thing. Okay. Portugal is calling us forward. It just is. It just is. It just is. Why Portugal? And my answer to you is why not? Why not? Portugal, I have yet to be there. That's going to change in 2026. We will be going in October. It's October 3rd through 9th, 2026. The whole theme is walk in power, purpose, and possibility. We will be walking the Camino for 3 days on this trip. It is a 6 night journey, so we're not walking every single day. If you want to walk more of the Camino, you are welcome to come before we start or stay after and do more because the Camino is a long, 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 long opportunity of walking and it runs through several countries. So it's something that so many people have done throughout history. It will change you, it will touch you, it will transform you, and we get to do it together. We are going to start here in the city of Porto. Like, how beautiful is that? Just the color and the lights, and the fact that you're there on water. So much water, which also equals great food, fresh. And a big part of these travel experiences is that we eat well. We really do. We take care of ourselves and we are taking care of. This retreat is a modern day pilgrimage. It is a walking meditation. It is a reclaiming of pace, body, wellness. We heard Faith's story and it was just so poignant and profound and so needed that we talk about this as women. I am Gen X. I am in perimenopause. My body's going through changes for sure. Everyone here is at different points. And what's so awesome about this is that we have different generations who are represented, different life stages, different life stories. But we all are bonded by the fact that we are bold women who believe in living well and leading well. And Portugal called me forward. I'd heard about the Camino for many, many years. And what I know about the Camino from studying and from talking with others who have walked the Camino is that it is a wise teacher. It brings you back to simplicity, to the power of repetition and one foot in front of the other, and trusting yourself and being in community because we are going to walk together. Now, when I say together, if there are times that we're on the Camino and you're like, I just need some alone time, I don't want to talk to anyone, you absolutely can do that. Go walk some miles on your own. You'll know when we're meeting up and where and all the things. You are encouraged to do that, or you can be with someone else or the group the whole time. We're going to have a guide with us on the Camino, an expert guide who is going to help us have the most in-depth, powerful, potent experience that you could ever imagine. The Camino also will teach you how to get quiet. And that's what happened for Faith as we heard her story. She was able to get quiet and spend some time with herself and really look at what is going on here. And in her case, what was her body trying to tell her? What were some old ways of showing up that were not working for her, that was ready for her to let go and choose a new path? Okay. And that's part of the message here with what we're doing with this Portugal Camino retreat is to figure out which way you're meant to walk. And this is the time to tap into that. If there ever was a time, it's now. So, this retreat experience is not for everyone. Let me tell you who it's for. It's for you if you desire top notch, soul stirring travel experiences and growth that only happens when you step away from the familiar and into the wider world. We heard Faith talk about that. Like she got on that plane and things were happening for her. This is for you if you desire these elevated conversations with extraordinary women leaders that spark courage, creativity, and clarity. We bring them together for you. All you got to do is show up. It's for you if you want to walk the legendary Camino. Maybe you've never heard of it until now. Well, guess what? I'm proud to be able to tell you what it is. Go look it up, go study it. You'll find a lot on it. And if you want to walk the legendary Camino and really bask in, drink up a blend of spiritual reflection, physical challenge, beautiful scenery, delicious food, historic towns, and a chance to connect with your truest nature, this is absolutely for you. This is a high-end journey. It balances luxury, cultural authenticity, and sustainability. This has been designed very intentionally and with the help of experts in the travel space. I have an awesome team. And if you come, you will receive the ultimate permission to exhale, receive, and have everything taken care of for you on this adventure of a lifetime. And it surely is that, without a shadow of a doubt. You're going to leave with perspective, confidence in your next chapter. We've heard that from Faith. She came back with this confidence, like, this is what I'm meant to do. She has been a leader in her career for decades, and she's really shifting into what's next because we're always in this invitation of what is next for you. You're going to leave with deep bonds with these amazing women you'll meet, and truly a memory that becomes a touchstone. You'll never forget it. It will be a turning point for you. So October is when this goes down, October 3rd through 9th, 2026. A great team of travel experts that will help us have the most amazing time possible. And I want to make a point that when we are walking on the Camino, we will be walking for many miles each day. You can see the itinerary when you go to our website, jennyfennig.com/Portugal. You can see everything there. You can see the mileage that we're walking on the days that we're walking. If on any of those days you can't walk the full distance, we will have a van that can help get you to where we're going. There is assistance, so please know that. And this is a thoughtfully curated experience. It is bespoke. It is something that will activate all of your senses. And while we don't gather in Portugal until October, we will gather as a group sooner when we come together for a 3-month group coaching and connection experience called The Way. This will prepare you, this will support you and connect you every step of the journey. So we'll come together a few months before we head out on our adventure, and we will come back together after we return home to reflect and unpack and really decide where you are heading next, what you're doing with these downloads, with these discoveries, because it won't end as soon as the retreat ends. Absolutely not. And I'm here to hold you through that. So if this is calling to you, if you know you're at a crossroads, if you are feeling something, if you know that you're ready to walk a new path, to decide that it gets to be different for you now, that you are going to truly step into the woman you are meant here to be, then I encourage you to come with us. Go to our page, jennyfennig.com/Portugal. You can see everything that's there. You can see our itinerary. It's all there for you. The purpose of this video is to give you a feel for the kind of energy that we will be co-creating together. You will apply to be a part of this because curating the group is something that we do to ensure that the people who are there are ready for this kind of experience, that you're going to bring something that is uniquely you. If you'd like to have a private call with me, I'm happy to do that. You can also reach out with any questions that aren't answered on the page. Like, we've got you. We know that this is an important decision for you. And I just encourage you to trust the pull, trust that call. If you know that travel is something that activates something in you, if you know that you're ready to be challenged physically and really expand and get stronger in all these areas of your life, then this retreat will absolutely do that for you. Absolutely. Get your calendar in order, all the things. There will be obstacles that you'll need to walk through, but just know this is part of life. You don't need to know exactly where the path is going to lead. All you've got to do is take the next right step. And that's certainly what this retreat experience will help open up for you. Let me show you a few more things and then I will wrap this up. So here's Porto again. You will fly in and out of Porto. All these details are on the site, so you can see all your travel details, when you fly in, when you fly out, all the things. So we'll explore Porto together. We will walk the Camino together. This is some of what we will be seeing, this beautiful, just out in nature, feeling the air, feeling your heartbeat, just feeling that beautiful warmth on your skin, all of it, all of it. And having these powerful downloads about what is calling you forward next, who you're meant to be, how you're meant to show up, all of it. It's all going to happen. And then we will end in this beautiful spot, Viana do Costello. It's a very special place, and we will be there together, knowing that we did it. We did it. We did it. I found this great quote, Sophia de Mello, Breyner, Andresen. She's a poet and a writer. Portugal sits on the edge of the world, where the land ends and the sea begins, where dreams merge with reality. So, what's your dream? Let's blend that dream with reality and make it real. It would be an honor to have you with us. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am very, very excited to explore Portugal and walk the Camino with a group of bold, bright, interesting women who show up in this world, who show up for themselves, and who show up for each other, because we need each other. This is the time. This is Jenny Fenig. Thank you so much for being here for our Walk This Way call. I look forward to exploring Portugal with those of you who are feeling this call. It's going to be life-changing in all the most incredible ways. Be well.